Ready to catch some massive air but don't know which dirt jump bike won't fold on the landing? Stick around, because we are counting down the absolute best dirt jump bikes you can buy right now. Number 5. Evil Faction 2. Introducing the Evil Faction 2, it is impossible not to mention its striking looks and the heritage behind the brand. Evil Bikes has always had a rebellious streak, and the Faction 2 embodies that aggressive, dirt-focused attitude. When I first threw my leg over this bike, I was immediately struck by the raw, industrial aesthetic of the steel frame. It definitely turns heads at the local jump park, and there is an undeniable cool factor that comes with riding an Evil. The geometry on the Faction 2 is heavily tailored towards riders who come from a BMX background. It features a relatively steep head angle and short chainstays, which makes the front end incredibly easy to pull up. Pumping through tight rollers feels intuitive, and you can easily manual through sections without feeling like you are fighting the bike. However, this BMX-inspired geometry is exactly where my initial enthusiasm started to wane a bit during testing. While the nimble handling is great on a small, tight pump track, things get noticeably twitchy when you start hitting larger, high-speed dirt jumps. The short wheelbase that felt so playful at low speeds suddenly feels nervous and unstable when you are airborne over a massive double. I found myself having to overcorrect my posture mid-air far more often than I would like. It demands absolute precision from the rider, which can be exhausting over a long session. Then there is the matter of the frame material. Evil opted for Reynolds 520 steel, which is notoriously durable and offers a nice dampened feel on harsh landings. 4. Polygon Trid. Polygon has made a massive name for itself in recent years by offering high-performance mountain bikes at incredibly competitive price points. The Trid is their dedicated dirt jump offering, built around a robust ALX alloy frame. Unboxing and building this bike, I was genuinely impressed by the clean welds and the sleek modern tubing profile. It looks like a bike that is ready to take some serious abuse. Taking the Trid out for its first spin, the stiffness of the aluminum frame was immediately apparent. Unlike the steel Faction 2, the power transfer on the Polygon is instant. Every ounce of effort you put into the pedals translates directly to forward momentum, making it incredibly fast when sprinting toward a takeoff. It carries speed exceptionally well through smooth, hard-packed berms, and the overall sizing feels very accommodating for a wide range of rider heights. However, that extreme stiffness is a double-edged sword. While it excels on perfectly groomed jumps, the ride quality becomes remarkably harsh the moment the trail gets a little braking bumps or chop. During my testing, I found that the frame transferred almost every vibration directly into my ankles and wrists. On less than perfect landings, the bike offers zero forgiveness. If you case a jump or land slightly sideways, the Trid will let you know immediately, and it can be quite jarring. Another area where the Polygon Trid falls a bit short is in its stock front suspension performance. The fork equipped on these models often feels underdamped and tends to dive significantly under heavy braking or aggressive pumping. I spent a considerable amount of time trying to dial in the air pressure and rebound, but I could never quite find a sweet spot that offered both small bump sensitivity and bottom-out resistance. 3. Specialized P3. The P-Series has been around for decades, and it has evolved into one of the most refined, dialed-in platforms on the market. The moment you grab the handlebars of the P3, you can feel the years of heritage and professional input that went into its design. It exudes a premium feel, and testing this bike was an absolute joy from the very first pedal stroke. Specialized utilizes their A1 premium aluminum for the frame, and they have absolutely nailed the balance between stiffness and weight. The P3 is incredibly light, making it ridiculously easy to flick around in the air. Whether you are throwing bar spins or just tweaking out a classic tabletop, the bike feels like a natural extension of your body. Yet, despite being so lightweight, it possesses a rock-solid bottom bracket area that absolutely launches you off the lip of a jump. The geometry on the P3 is nothing short of masterclass. It strikes a perfect middle ground, offering enough stability to confidently hit massive, high-speed slopestyle features while remaining agile enough to carve through tight pump track rollers. When I was testing this on my local pro line, I was blown away by how predictable the bike is in the air. It arcs through the sky beautifully, requiring very little rider input to keep it leveled out. Component-wise, Specialized leaves nothing to chance. The wheel set is incredibly stout, built to withstand the inevitable sideways landings and flat drop impacts that come with the territory. Even after weeks of hard riding and more than a few botched tricks, the wheels remained perfectly true. The drivetrain is smooth and silent, and the contact points, from the grips to the saddle, are perfectly chosen for the rigors of heavy dirt jumping. 2. Transition PBJ. Transition is a brand known for making bikes that prioritize pure fun and rider experience above all else, and the PBJ is the ultimate expression of that philosophy. This bike is built around a gorgeous 4130 chromoly steel frame, and it completely redefines what a modern steel dirt jumper should feel like. Riding the PBJ is nothing short of a revelation. Unlike the harshness of some aluminum frames or the heavy, sluggish feel of older steel bikes, the PBJ offers a magical ride quality. The chromoly tubing provides a subtle, inherent flex that absorbs trail chatter and takes the sting out of harsh landings. I purposely cased a few jumps during my testing just to see how the bike would react, and the frame soaked up the impact beautifully. It provides a smooth, buttery feel that keeps your legs fresh for hours of continuous riding. Where the PBJ truly shines, however, is in its revolutionary geometry. Transition opted for a noticeably longer reach and a slightly slacker front end compared to traditional dirt jumpers. At first, I was worried this would make the bike feel slow, but I couldn't have been more wrong. The longer wheelbase provides unparalleled stability in the air. When you launch off a massive lip, the PBJ feels as stable as a downhill bike, tracking perfectly straight and giving you immense confidence to push your limits. Despite that high-speed stability, the PBJ remains shockingly playful. The short chainstays allow you to manual effortlessly, and the bike snaps through pump track transitions with incredible speed. The components perfectly complement the frame. 1. HILAND H200 Plus. Now I know what you might be thinking. How does a brand known for value and accessibility outshine the boutique legacy brands? The answer lies in the sheer versatility and the surprisingly robust performance this bike delivers. Taking the H200 Plus out to the trails was a massive eye-opener, proving that you don't need to empty your bank account to get a highly capable jumping machine. The frame of the HILAND H200 Plus is constructed with durability clearly at the forefront of the design. It features a rugged, reinforced chassis that feels incredibly solid underneath you. During my test rides, I pushed this bike aggressively through rhythmic sections and steep jump faces, fully expecting it to flex or rattle under the pressure. Instead, it held its line with absolute authority. The structural integrity is phenomenal, providing a safe and reliable platform for riders who are just learning to catch air. One of the standout features of this bike is the multi-spoke wheel set paired with the dependable drivetrain. The wheels on the H200 Plus are built incredibly tough, absorbing repeated impacts without showing signs of stress or coming out of true. This is crucial for dirt jumping, where wheels take the brunt of the punishment on a daily basis. Furthermore, the inclusion of disc brakes provides immediate, powerful stopping power, giving you total control when you are navigating crowded pump tracks or rolling up to a daunting drop-in. What truly elevates the HILAND H200 Plus to the top spot is how accessible it makes the sport. The geometry is incredibly forgiving, making it exceptionally easy for riders to find their balance point. It doesn't have the nervous, twitchy feel of some high-end pro bikes, which means you can focus entirely on your technique rather than fighting to control the machine.